So many positives to take away from the film, from the Brazil Packers game. Um, First, I want to say that this defense stepped up tremendously, and I do mean tremendously at the beginning of this game. It could have went downhill real bad for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Packers started off on this drive, and they did find a little success moving the ball. It wasn't nothing too crazy, but the main thing I noticed from looking at these early drives of the defense is that the defense is really tackling really really well as opposed to what I seen last year, and that's great for who we got to play next week. I thought that taking Josh Jacobs out of the game was a strong point of emphasis for the Philadelphia Eagles coming into this game, and we did that early in the game. We didn't let Josh Jacobs run wild early in the game. He did find some space and some success in the second half, but that's cool. That's all fine and dandy in the second half. If he starts off the game hot, finding success on the ground, then the Philadelphia Eagles have to adjust to the run a little earlier. But we came out with a game plan, and the game plan was working. The game plan was working. You see Jalen Carter being the menace from the beginning of this game. The linebackers really did an excellent job. As you know, some of these reps will start to show themselves right here. It was just a phenomenal day for the defense in red zone situations, man. Here, look at how these guys fill run gaps. Look at how Zach Bond and Kobe Dean fill run gaps. And just the run fits were amazing, man. Guys knew what they were supposed to be. We haven't seen linebacker play like this in a very, very long time. And when you look at the film and you see just how intelligent and explosive these linebackers looked. The combination of Zach Bond and Kobe Dean, who would have thought that they would just fill run gaps to this magnitude? I mean, Kobe Dean is a monster, and we'll see it, a little later on in the film. When there's a double team, Kobe Dean knows exactly what to do. He knows exactly where to be to make himself the best. And you see more of, Zach Bond, and Kobe Dean just filling these run gaps, man. It's just not an easy thing to do, or so we thought. But Zach Bond was everywhere. I think Zach Bond might have been the best linebacker in the National Football League through week one. And that's no cap, man. I really enjoyed it. But you see here, Nolan Smith being disruptive. You'll see his name a little more as well. Nolan Smith, being disruptive, coming from that backside. Zach Bond, again, filling an amazing run fit. And, the Philadelphia Eagles will benefit all year from tremendous linebacker play like this. But, Quinyon Mitchell has something to say as well in terms of defense goals. I don't know how Isaiah Rodgers plans on getting this job back, but from what I saw from my first-round pick in Quinyon Mitchell in week one, I don't think that any GM, any coach says, all right, let's go back with Isaiah Rodgers. He's healthy now. No, you got to keep Quinyon Mitchell on outside, man. And then I think what you got to do is find something, for the slot. You got to find something for the slot, because on some of these balls that Quinyon Mitchell defends, I can see Isaiah Rodgers getting beat on. I can just see it. Quinyon Mitchell is excellent at staying in phase. Quinyon Mitchell was just tremendous. This first drive for the Philadelphia Eagles, it was a head scratcher. Not really, man. It was the field played the part, man. This set us behind the chains immediately. I like the idea of coming out with a run. I like the play call here, but the field was just horrible. And this put us behind the chains. Players not able to get traction and things like this, man. The NFL, man, they got some questions to answer on why they got guys playing on these type of field conditions, man. They got some questions, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I like the tight bunch formation right here. Smitty coming in motion. I really, really like this type of concept. This is a good throw to A.J. Brown. A.J. usually hauls that in. It's the first attempt of the season for Jalen Hurts, so I'm not really mad at that. Great attempt. Motion, just everything that Kellen Moore brings to the table. Incomplete pass by Jalen Hurts. We're not going to cry over spilled milk right here, but, this is one of the biggest mistakes Jalen Hurts made in this game, and they could have put the Eagles in a situation off the rip. This is just a bad decision. You can't blame the field. You can't blame nothing on that. But the real star, this is Jordan Mailata on that tackle right there, because dude has that whole right side of the field, and that's a pick six if Jordan Mailata doesn't go there. Jordan Mailata ultimately saved a touchdown on his drive. Or on his play, I should say. But you got to take the underneath, man. Zach Ertz, I'm sorry, I always do that. Dallas Goedert is right there underneath. You got to just take it and live to see another day. Punt and put your defense in favorable field position, man. You got to, man, because 80% of teams in the NFL score starting from right here. You know what I mean? We gift wrap them, points on the board right here. Jalen Hurts got to answer towards that. So Zach Bond again, man, everywhere, everywhere. And I like how Fangio disguised this. He shows 4, but watch how BG drops back. BG drops back, and Zach Bond, who's not even on the screen, is the other 4th guy. So he overloads that left side. And Zach Bond is right there running free. Sack. just creative design that we haven't seen in a very long time. It's a lot to be excited about. Don't let the score fool you. They did score 29 points, but look at this. You have your defensive backs tackling, Gardner Johnson flying downhill. You have guys playing with a certain edge right now that we didn't have last year. Teams scored on the Philadelphia Eagles in this situation last year. They scored touchdowns on us. But now Gardner Johnson is back. Look at Reed Blankenship, who I always said would follow the lead of Gardner Johnson in terms of aggressiveness when Gardner Johnson came back to the roster. Look at the gang tackling right now. You have Slay and Gardner Johnson. We all know Slay don't like to tackle. You know what I mean? It's no secret there. But Slay is rallying to the ball. You know what I mean? These guys are out here doing what got to be done. They're doing what got to be done. They're doing it as a unit. It's not up to one job to bring this ball carrier down. That's why 2 men are out there making it happen. When you continue to play with that mindset and play for each other with the mind of Vic Fangio, the sky's the limit. Look at this. Rally to the ball, hit. See ball, go get ball. Incomplete pass, Reed Blankenship. The reaction time is off the charts. The reaction time is off the charts. See ball, go get ball. You know what I mean? Great collision to knock that ball loose. You got to think about where this drive started. This drive started in territory that's not, favorable for the defense. It is what it is. Then rally to the ball again on the screen. Everybody there. I like Jalen Carter getting out in space and moving. You know what I mean? I like to see that from Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter is chasing plays down from behind. You know what I mean? That's elite. That's elite level play. That's elite level talent. That's showing the motor of a guy, a first-round pick. You know what I mean? The more you get those bodies downfield, the more you're able to make stuff happen. The Eagles get the ball back after they go get the points, 3-zip. And you can kind of see Kellen Moore, after the interception, kind of trying to call some things to settle Jalen down. I don't think it was I guess he needed to be settled down after that pass. But, just ride Saquon Barkley. And, Saquon Barkley had over 20 touches in this game. You know what I mean? You got to love it, man. That's what Saquon Barkley here for, a playmaker. Playmaker, calling some easy passes, you know what I mean? Quick, pitch and catch the dollars, got it right there. Not mad at it. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Get the ball out of his hands quick, get him some good completions or whatever. And I think Jalen Hurts, honestly, if we're being honest, I think Jalen Hurts really carved the Packers up in spots. You could take 4 throws away, the 2 interceptions and 2 other questionable throws that almost was interceptions, but he really did his thing against the Packers in the passing game, if you ask me. This is just miscommunication. This is just not having a lot of reps between the two at center, in meaningful games. Obviously, nobody's ready except Cam Jurgens, but yet again, the defense is in a wildly unfavorable situation. The defense stepped up. This is 3 times in a row now in the red zone, I think, or 2 back-to-back. And this is Nolan Smith again being disruptive, Nolan Smith being disruptive. It was a hold on this play, but look what Nolan Smith does. I didn't see this in the preseason. Nolan Smith is making guys hold him. That's the type of play we need. So, I see a few plays made by Nolan Smith that don't show up on the stat sheet. But let's bring that back due to the hold. And let's let this defense continue to be aggressive and continue to eat. And that's what they did. I love the tackling right here in space. I think you get less yardage on this if Bryce Huff doesn't slip. Look at Bryce Huff coming off the right side right here. Once he diagnoses, the pass going out to the flats, you know what I mean? He, tries to get back there, but, continues on. Ready to get dude if he doesn't get got by Reed. A nice little gain of about 6, I think, on that one. But, they spread them out right here. They bring some motion. The defense just stayed disciplined. They caught us slipping right there. We came with the blitz. They spread it out. You know what I mean? And that's what you're supposed to do. This is a great read by Jordan Love. You know what I mean? Great read by Jordan Love. Yeah, great read by Jordan Love. For sure, great read by Jordan Love. Can't be mad at that. But, Slay with the tackle, stopping a touchdown, being able to get him down on the ground. And this is just a crazy play by N'Kobe Dean, man. You're going to see this back to back actually by N'Kobe Dean, but let's look at this one right here. I believe Milton Williams is going to get double teamed. N'Kobe Dean is going to shoot that gap as a free rusher, understanding where the double team is coming from and coming around the other side from an entirely different gap to bring this guy down from the back. Pause. Can't be mad at it, man. You can't be mad at it. Again, N'Kobe Dean shooting a gap off of a double team, coming downhill, making a play. Back to back. There was high IQ linebacker being played here in terms of getting downhill. I'll slow this one down. 71 tries to reach, but it's too late. N'Kobe Dean is already through that gap. There's not many guys that get downhill like N'Kobe Dean. You know what I mean? And run situations, filling run fits. That's what N'Kobe Dean does. That's his specialty. That's his specialty, man. Being sneaky behind those big bodies and doing what he got to do. Even though this was called back, this is a great play by Blankenship to not give up on the play. Last year, Reed was getting scored right there. You know what I mean? Reed was getting scored right there last year. This is a great play by Reed Blankenship to not give up on the play. Guys being sticky in coverage. You're in the red zone. Again, this is where this drive started at. I would like to see this defense in more situations, you know what I mean, when they have, great starting position. Again, you see Jalen Carter. Coming and tracking down the play from behind. You wasn't seeing that. It's a lot happening right here. A lot good happening right here. Jalen Carter is going to continue that motor, not going to be lazy and give up on the play. He's going to run towards the ball. That's all you can ask of a defensive lineman, still being involved in the play or whatever. That's all you can ask. But I really love how Quinyon Mitchell diagnoses this one, man. You see the wide receiver is going to creep up like it's a run play, slow bop him, and then take off. Quinyon on him. White on rice. Quinyon. Quinyon is locked down, bro, to be a rookie, man. That's first round talent. Look how it creeps up to the line of scrimmage again. But even on this play, you can kind of see the pressure. You know what I mean? Or you can see, just how Josh Sweat gets that pressure and makes the quarterback throw and an errant throw. So it wasn't just Quinyon on that one. Josh Sweat, a guy that I'm really glad we retained, showed his worth on that play. And that's all you can ask, man. That's all you can ask. You know what I mean? Another, just a bad throw by Jordan Love right here. But Gardner Johnson in position. Nobody's out of position. Everybody is staying with their responsibility, staying with their assignment. Jordan Love had a lot of time on this one, but he just couldn't find nobody. You know what I mean? He just made a poor decision, a poor throw. Now, this is the drive where the Philadelphia Eagles settled down. I like this drive. It's a lot to like about this drive. Again, you start with the pitch and catch to Dallas Goedert, just getting positive yards, gaining 5 right there. You can't be mad at that. Let's just get positive yards. I think Dallas Goedert will have a career year in receptions in his offense. Let's just get positive yards. Let's get some bang positive yards right here. Just let them know that you got to be aware of the quick pass by Jalen Hurts. Let them know. Saquon, more positive yards for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now you're in about a 3rd and 1. That's where you want to be. That's called being on schedule. You see Cam Jurgens out to the second level pulling. You know what I mean? Pulling. That's being on schedule right there. Look a little like Kelsey right there if you ask me. You know what I mean? Again, Philadelphia Eagles. Nice slant to AJ. I don't know what the penalty was on here, but let's get AJ involved. It's time to settle your quarterback down a little bit. The quarterback seems to have found a rhythm. So let's start going to your money makers. Let's start getting the ball to AJ on this drive. Let's get the ball to AJ Brown on this drive. Just quick pitch and catch. Our receivers are too good. We're too good. Let's do pitch and catch. Let's do pitch and catch. Jalen really didn't even accelerate on this quarterback keeper. The field conditions are just weird. I think you got to call this at least 3 times a game to keep the defense honest, I guess. But I feel like we could do without it, man. We got the playmakers to where you could have just gave that to Saquon Barkley. You could have gave that to Saquon Barkley and got more yards on that. But I'm not mad at it. I like the spread though. I like how they spread the offense right here. I really like the spread, but now it's time to get Smitty involved, who is developing a real nice game after the catch in the National Football League. He didn't really even have to do that in college. He would just one route you and this is a touchdown. But you got to do work a little more, man. It's the NFL here. So, Smitty after the catch, is getting better year in and year out after the catch. I always hate to see Smitty take a hit, but Smitty got the frame for it. You know what I mean? In terms of those wiry, lanky guys, they really don't get hurt like that. They really don't. Case in point right here with Smitty. Every time Smitty get tackled, it just looks way more violent than it actually is. You know what I mean? But Smitty does a good job of soaking up those hits and stuff like that. For a smaller guy who people were saying wasn't going to last in the National Football League. They were wrong. I mean, the guy won a Heisman for God's sake. But, get the ball to your moneymakers, man. Let them get the yards after catch. And I think that's what a lot of this Kellen Moore offense gets you. You know what I mean? It gives you the opportunity to hit guys in stride more. Thus, inflating the numbers. Way to throw this one away. It wasn't really nothing there. Wasn't really nothing there. I don't know if he was late or I don't know if he missed somebody, but it just wasn't nothing there. The Packers played this one pretty well. No need to force it. You already, made one bad decision. Not really no need to force it. I understand. No need to force it at all if you're Jalen Hurts in that situation. But a nice slow methodical drive. Nice slow methodical drive. Don't quite get the tush push right there. People are trying to key on it as much as possible in the league. It is what it is. We ain't worrying about it. We are not worrying about it. I would like to see the Eagles get a little creative. You know what I mean? Out of the tush push formation, because a lot of people, I feel like we're going to catch somebody slipping with it under Kellen Moore, and it's going to be something totally different. You know what I mean? It's going to be something totally different. But, this is a good veteran hard count by Jalen Hurts. Good veteran hard count by Jalen Hurts. And that tush push get people on edge. It really get people on edge, man. It really get people on edge. First down, Eagles. Use them for the lack of discipline. Everybody wants to be the one to stop the tush push. I think it's even more dangerous on fourth down, to be honest, for both teams. That's a great burst by Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley was one cut away from breaking a couple big runs in this game. He was one cut away. You know what I mean? Just racking them up. I would like to see a better block on this crack block by Calcaterra. Hit somebody or something. I know you got Saquon Barkley who was able to explode through the hole. Pause. But, do something if you Calcaterra, man. Hit somebody, man. Hit somebody. This was a perfect call for play action if you're Kellen Moore. Oh, my God. This was a perfect call for play action, man. You got to understand when they scared of Saquon. You see how they all crept down to that box because they felt, it's Saquon time now? Perfect call for play action if you are Kellen Moore. We got to get a better feel of the game, I feel like. But, I'm trusting Kellen. Cowboys fans want to say Kellen Moore offense this, Kellen Moore offense that. Nah, man. No. I seen Kellen Moore had these guys looking good. But on this touchdown pass to Saquon Barkley, I think Jalen Hurts throws a beautiful ball. But there's so many options. Look at Dallas Goedert underneath uncovering. But by the time he lets this ball go to Saquon Barkley, man, he has lit. I'm tired of people asking me the same question, man. Everybody looking for a sports book, and I keep telling them BetUS is the way to go, man. They're giving out 150% on your first 3 deposits up to $200. 200% on your crypto deposits. Use my link, man. Make some of this bread. Also, when you sign up, you get your very own personalized account manager to help you set everything up and help you go through the motions. You know what I'm saying? Set you up for success. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? Also, you're getting 10% back on your net losses twice a year. Why would you not indulge in BetUS, man? These are some of the, odds that we got going on right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. Won't you partake in this bag? Use my link and go get some, man. Listen, it's not that hard to do, man. Big BetUS in the building, man. Let's look a little bit at the Falcons. Let's look a little bit at the Falcons. I know y'all see the Nick Foles wallpaper crazy, right? The Philadelphia Eagles will be honoring the boy Monday Night Football. If you're in the building, it's going to be wild. But listen, man, what do you notice when you look at, week 1 from the Atlanta Falcons? What do you notice? You know what I mean? These are all Kirk Cousins throws for the most part. All of them. What do you notice? I notice when I'm looking at this is that Kirk Cousins is not under center. That's the first thing I noticed. And I also noticed that there's very, very little movement from Kirk Cousins. If I'm the Philadelphia Eagles and if I'm Vic Fangio, I'm wondering why is that? I don't think Kurt fully trusts that Achilles yet. I think Kurt is a bit of a sitting duck. And if you watch that game like I did, you know what I mean? It's true. Kirk Cousins is a bit of a sitting duck right now. There's not a lot of lateral movement. Kurt never really possessed those traits anyway. But now it's to the point to where he doesn't trust his lower body. You know, at his age, coming off an Achilles injury, you kind of do get a little timid. You get a little timid back there. You get a little timid back there. I'm looking for the Atlanta Falcons to really, really use the quick game as much as possible. I'm looking for the Philadelphia Eagles to press, bump and run on these wide receivers, get in these guys' grill, and make Kirk Cousins move off of his spot. Don't give up no cushion in this game. The quarterback can't move. Don't just try to blitz him because he can't move. Kirk Cousins is intelligent enough to carve up a blitz, but the quarterback can't move. Look, y'all. Look, this is the film. Kirk Cousins is not really trying to move. Now, the most movement he got, it was a touchdown pass to Kyle Pitts, but Kirk Cousins is not trying to move. He's not trying to move. I would play more press man than I have. You know what I mean? If I'm Vic Fangio, I would play a little more press man than I would like to. I would. You know what I mean? I would. You got to be mindful of Bijan Robinson for sure, though. You got to be mindful of Drake London. You got to be mindful of some of the guys they got. But you got to mix it up, man. You got to mix it up. Kirk Cousins is going to live, you know what I mean, in a shotgun formation. He's not going to be under center. You know what I mean? I don't know if he trusts the 3-step drop back from under center or whatever, the 8-step drop back. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's eye popping to see Kirk Cousins be this one-dimensional from his snaps. You know what I mean? It's eye-popping, and it makes you wonder, you know, what can we do to exploit this? Now, we don't have a T.J. Watt. You know what I mean? T.J. Watt was wreaking havoc off the edge, but can this be where Bryce Huff shines? Can this be where Nolan Smith shines? Can we get something off of that side? Can we get something off of that edge? Can we exploit, you know what I mean, that right side like T.J. Watt was able to do? You know what I mean? Can we make them commit to bringing a chip block? Let's do something, man. Let's see where the chips fall right here, man. Let's speed up Kirk Cousins. He's not good on prime time. You know what I'm saying? He looked like food. He looked like food. Now listen, I know that should have been a pick. I know the Steelers defense is stout, but he should have been able to outduel Justin Fields. Should have been able to outduel him. You know what I mean? He wasn't able to outduel him. He was not able to outduel him. He wasn't able to really wheel and deal in the pocket like we used to see in Kirk Cousins. He's not healthy. Let's call a spade a spade. He's not healthy. And, you know, I'm surprised they put him in this situation, putting him out there too early. He's not healthy. But you got to put him out there. You know what I mean? You paid the bag. You trying to give these guys a chance. You know, I picked these guys to win a division. If this the Kirk Cousins that they going to bring out there, you know, he threw 2 picks. I don't know, man. I don't know about the South being what I thought it was going to be coming through Atlanta for real. I don't know. Kurt is trying to get that ball out his hand lightning fast and get it to them playmakers. That's the name of the game for Kirk Cousins. Get the ball to the playmaker. Listen, it's over. This is not the same play, ladies and gentlemen. It's over and over and over again. Play after play after play. Kirk Cousins is in the shotgun, very little movement. Very little movement. There will be no bootlegs. There will be none of that type of stuff from Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean? There will be none of that. Unless they're trying to unlock it this week. Unless they're looking at the tape and saying, Kurt, you got to give us some movement in the pocket. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Look, this is the most movement he got, and it's a touchdown to Pitts. The most movement he got, touchdown to Kyle Pitts. He stopped moving after that. Directly after that, he stopped moving, bro. He stopped moving. So it's like, what's really going on here? How can we exploit this? You know what I mean? Vic Fangio was looking at this tape saying, okay, they're going to quick game us to death. But you know what I mean? We got something for all of that, man. I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning this game. We're going to talk more in depth, man. You know the vibes, though.